Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the work of Charles Duhigg to unlock what is, honestly, a modern-day superpower, the ability to make real, meaningful connections with people. In a world that feels more and more disconnected, this isn't just a nice skill to have, it's absolutely essential. So, let's get right into it. Okay, so we have to start with a problem. It's something that affects millions of us, but we just don't talk about it like we should. We don't see it for what it really is, which is a massive public health crisis. And I'm talking about loneliness. Just to give you a sense of how serious this is, listen to this fact from the US Surgeon General. Being chronically lonely, it can be as bad for your long-term health as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. Yeah, and this isn't just about, feeling bummed out. This is a real, measurable health crisis. It's directly linked to a much higher risk of heart disease, stroke, anxiety, depression, even dementia. It's a really big deal. All right, so if loneliness is the poison, what's the antidote? Well, lucky for us, a huge landmark study from Harvard gives us a really powerful and actually pretty simple answer. So get this. Researchers followed people for over 100 years. 100 years. And they found the single biggest thing that predicts a long, happy, healthy life. And it wasn't how much money you made or how successful your career was or even your genetics. Nope. It was the quality of your relationships. That was it. And that brings us to the hero of our story today. The person who really holds the key to building these connections that, as we've just seen, can literally save your life. Charles Duhigg calls this person a super communicator. You know who I'm talking about, right? We all have somebody like this in our lives. It's that one friend or family member, that person you call when you're having a terrible day, and you just know that after talking to them, you're going to feel better. You'll feel seen, you'll feel heard. They just get it. Now, here is the most important point of this whole thing, so please lean in for this. Nobody is born a super communicator. It's not some magic charm that you either have or you don't. It is a skill. It's a set of techniques that, I promise you, with a little practice, anyone can learn. Anyone. Okay, so you want to learn. Let's open up the toolkit. We're going to break down two of the most powerful techniques that super communicators have in their back pocket. And these are things you can start using like in your very next conversation. All right, tool number one. This one gets to the heart of one of the biggest problems in any conversation. It's not about what you say, it's about actually proving to the other person that you are listening to them. And not just, waiting for a pause so you can jump in and talk. It's this incredibly powerful three-step move called looping for understanding. It goes like this. First, you ask a really good question. Second, you repeat back what you heard them say, but, and this is key, in your own words. And third, this is the part we almost always skip. You ask them, did I get that right? Man, this is a total game changer. It makes your brain actually process what they said instead of just planning your reply. And for them, it makes them feel deeply, profoundly understood. Okay, tool number two. This one is all about realizing what's really going on in a conversation. See, super communicators know that pretty much any discussion is actually one of three different types of conversations. The trick is figuring out which one you're in. You've got practical conversations. That's all about let's make a plan, let's solve this. Then you have emotional conversations. That's I just need to tell you how I feel. And finally, social conversations. That's about who are we to each other. So much miscommunication happens because, say, one person just wants to vent and have an emotional conversation, and the other person jumps right into problem-solving mode with a practical one. You're not even in the same conversation. So, how do you know which one you're in? Well, there's a really simple way to find out. You just ask. Something like this question. Hey, are you looking to be heard, helped, or hugged right now? This little question is like a magic key. It stops you from guessing what they need and lets you meet them exactly where they are. And that is the secret to making someone feel truly connected to you. Look, the big takeaway here is that these tools, they aren't just little social niceties or, tricks to win friends. No, these are the fundamental skills for building the kind of deep, meaningful connections that we as human beings literally need to survive and to thrive. When you start seeing every single chat as a chance to practice these skills, you're not just making your own life better, you are actively fighting back against this huge crisis of disconnection. The answer to this giant, scary epidemic can start with you.
It starts with just one single better conversation. So the next time you talk to someone, your friend, your partner, the cashier at the grocery store, remember these tools and just ask yourself this: by really, truly connecting with this person right now, whose world might I change with just this one conversation?